Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. So today we are going to be looking at our third cargo run of the early access. So we've managed to win one with Zax, win one with Astra, and we're going to give ourselves a bit of a challenge this time and go for the melee unit of Exti-stential. So we're on the season 1 of Exti-stential's Awakening. We're currently level 3, we're just about to hit level 4, and what I'm hoping is by the end of this video we can get to level 5 and get ourselves one more booster and see if we get any rarity upgrades. So what I actually want to move on to on these first, the thing I'm looking forward to getting hold of, I do like the different skins. We are going to look at some painting at some point, but the first thing I really want to get to, single decals, more skins, is this, the Cinderglow Aura skin. So I just think this is a nice little touch, you know, give it a little bit of a different look. We've got Broken Vengeance who's going to use the legendary version, we've got a few uncommons and rares. I don't think we actually got any epics, which is interesting. Got the legendary but no epics, but then again it was a guaranteed legendary. So yeah, we've got a few things to work on here. I did enjoy hearing the lore about the gloom side. So on the channel they're basically saying that all of the moons that people live on orbit this big sun, but they stay in a consistent orbit. So one half of the planet is sunlight, and the other half is always rain and... because I think it said tidal... something to the tides. There's always rain and darkness on one side of the planet and sun on the other. So the gloom side is literally the same character had they been on the dark side of the moon, to use a well-known phrase, so that's quite cool as well. So we're going to go straight into the cargo run today. We're going for Exti-stential, we've not managed it so far. Looking at the team, so we've got actually some of my favourite models in this list, which is quite good. So Maximus I just think is really good value, really useful. Anything we can give that gives him additional attack, so things that give Maximus +2 attack would be amazing. Titonia is a good little utility, a specialist throwing the bombs. Jailbreak to lock up in units is awesome. Chuck and Co is just utility all round, bit of extra damage and utility. Furia I really like, and you can just hold her back. I think her buffs actually stay between rounds, but I'm not entirely sure. And then Floria Lance is just a great unit, so we're going to go straight into this. We're going to try and sort of move through fairly quickly on the early ones. We've talked about the economy in the last couple of videos, but what we're going to see is, for the third one, can we get our third 5 wins? And that gives us, a really consistent income of blanks if we need it. Vora, Bird of Prey. So got, okay, Fury is a good one to get early. Maximus is my favourite early on. So I don't think we care about Escape Hatch in this. I think we're probably on Plink and Corrosive Particles. That seems like a really good way of ending things here. I like these two, but we're in the first one. We want to keep ourselves high. So, Airborne fast. If not immobile, ignores soft cover when attacking. So that actually hits really hard as well. So what have we got over here? Stimulating formula. Units that immediately attack rivals that collide with them. So what we're going to do is going to try and move basically back here. So that way we're mostly hidden from this, and then we should be able to bring Maximus in over here. He's going to take half of his life, which is not good, so this might just be sort of a utility here. But it might also just be the case that, we plink him back to health over a couple of turns. So next turn we've got Titonia, the following turn we don't have anything. So we need to try and get... So this is going to hurt. Oh wow, the miss anyway. Well, that's great news for us. So it's almost, I'm considering that I don't know if I even want to play Titonia because we don't want to use her ability next turn. But what I probably do want to do... So we've got a 72% chance to hit here. So if we move up to just... Let's go just about here, because this should give us a chance to move behind this terrain, and then I believe there's hard cover.
At your service.
So go for our range attacks here.
You have that coming.
And move back over this way. And then Exti-stential can move up to here. Basically want to make it hard for her to get an easy attack out, and we're going to save all of our Cinder and just go for the Blink. So the thing that's going to be difficult... Okay, yeah, so she's going for Maximus. It's not good for us, but... Oh my god, that's terrible news. Well, are we just out of range as well? Okay, so that crit was huge. That's such bad news for us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically... This is much harder with a melee unit. So I'm going to move up here. I'm going to bring in Furia, but I kind of think Furia wants to be maybe back here to make it even harder for them to get line of sight. So I actually think here, because then... Yeah, somewhere over here seems correct. We're going to keep on blinking. So we're going to take this out really quickly, but that crit is absolutely awful, losing an entire unit in one turn there.
pain will be your end.
So Furia's taken her one, she's got 5 attack. Oh my god, the airborne, that's such a big movement. If this crits, I'm going to be very upset. Okay.
Got a lovely selection.
Titonia. Oh, okay. I mean, that's nearly good for us, maybe?
Watch how to use this.
What's this minus coming from? Oh, it's for the back unit. So let's just bring her over here. I think we just have to go for a big attack here. We can technically put this on all of them. So we just get a big hit in.
Accept your
Got our
peace
6.
as
Get the attack
prey.
here.
Not much meat on those bones.
Oh, that was the. I forgot we had the stimulating formula, so we can actually win this turn, I believe. Yeah. So it's not ideal. We did lose Maximus. Oh, we should have healed first. We should have healed here. We've lost a health on Furia unnecessarily, but that's fine. I'm pretty sad that we lost Maximus, but I do like stimulating formula, especially in 10 blanks. Yeah, we've got the decal packs. That's the next rank on that. So what we're going to be looking for now is things like Stim Burst is going to be really good here, or if we can pick up anything with a Snareling, keep them trapped. I think this is going to be a hard one to make work with Exti-stential as the captain. Being melee seems really difficult compared to ranged. But that first enemy doing 3 damage each time and also managing to get the... Okay, Furia's good, not so much Titonia. Okay, this is a hard hand to work with. So, Stim Burst and Medical Recall could be good, or Corrosive Particles and Disruptor Beam. I actually think Corrosive and Disruptor might be easier, because Disruptor Beam functions very similar to Stim Burst in my opinion, because it does just get people nearer to you. So this one, attack equals to Unspent Cinder. At the end of its turn, each Unspent Cinder deals 1 damage to a random rival in range and line of sight. And the range is... we don't know the range. So it is me first. Unfortunately, we just have to keep moving. We need to save this to bring out an earlier other unit. So I'm going to work on the assumption that maybe they shouldn't be able to get into range that easily.
Where am I?
So they've got Maximus as well.
Just kidding.
This could deal the damage to us. It doesn't, that's okay. Heroic Amulet is when your captain destroys a rival, refresh its actions. We can get Drum Dancer Talali, who I believe is the one that gives Pummel. I mean, Pummel's good in Exti-stential, and Heroic Amulet could also be useful. So, if we do this, how far can we get it? I think picking up Drum Dancer Talali could be really good here. We need more models, we've lost one already.
I am in control.
So this gives us a little bit of help here. We can deploy Titonia over there if we want to, but I think, again, we'd probably just rather save it for next turn and bring down Jailbreak or Furia. Yeah, I think that's the right choice there. Again, I want to be using Disruptor Beam as often as I can in this early couple of rounds. This way we want Maximus to miss. No, hit everything. Okay, so this is actually... so we're going to take some damage here, that's fine. But what we figured out before is actually Pummel works with the stimulating formula. So if we've got a way of buffing him up, this could absolutely be huge. Can we get in range of both? Not quite.
Battle's a celebration.
But with 7 mana here... okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the Corrosive this turn. I'm going to Battle Frenzy Exti-stential. I'm going to bring him over here. Get the big hits. Then we can melee again. Ooh. Okay, taking that twice was probably not very clever. What I might do... I can't quite cut Jailbreak in range of both. So who's... so Titonia's a bit more expendable. So I might just pop Detonia down here to pick up the armlet. It's not the best, but it's helpful.
Good taste.
And then I think I do actually just Shield of Hope myself. Maybe should have done that before, but... Oh no, I forgot to move... I forgot to move Tulali. Tully might die here. Okay. Probably not dying at least. And keep taking more damage. We're in a lot of trouble.
That cinder glow.
These
So,
paradoxes give pause.
I think what we want to do here is actually just try and do this all with abilities to save us some damage. What's this over here? Phosphogene is after counter takes damage, deals 1 damage to all rivals. I mean, I don't think... Is that a relic as well, though? It's a relic. I don't think that's the relic that we want. It's a good one, but... So, I think we move Titonia over here. Lob Explosive just there.
Order up! Toasted New World style.
And then we go for the... So if we Sword of Justice first, just to make sure that we don't die on the backswing. There's nothing else that we want to pick up here. So that wasn't good. Maybe we should have saved the Sword of Justice because I think we heal based on Cinder actually. But either way, we've made it through. How close do we get to this? So 75. So we probably won't get the boost to this game, or this run. But let's give it a go, see what happens. I'm hoping to make good progress here. Again, not much in the way of permanent buffs is the problem either. We've had pretty mediocre things so far. So I do like the colliding with enemies hits them harder, means just we want more melee units, and giving us pummel with Tulali is pretty useful. But this is where we start coming against the scary ones, so... Fury is a good early one, Tulali's decent, Jailbreak's fine. We probably want to start healing somewhere here, so I think we might be on Cinder Infusion. But also Stim Burst. I think Cinder Infusion is what we want here. We've kind of gutted ourselves a little bit. Okay, we can get a Broken Vengeance, or what's this? Gain 6 Cinder. I think Broken Vengeance is more important. This is 2 in melee, increased chance to hit, pummel, and deal 4 damage to all units in an area. Restores 1 health when it kills a rival. So this was Broken Vengeance, so I actually think we move here and bring Tulali down. Is Tulali always 1 cost? Oh, maybe. So let's bring Tulali down over here. Get Broken Vengeance. So this is giving us a little bit of early game here.
Someone's worst day is here.
So, Broken Vengeance has got a lot... Oh my god, Plink is going to kill Tulali so quickly. But we have got Disruptor here, so I might be using this to disrupt them towards us. Oh, they've got a max... What's this? King Golden Arc is the reinforcement. Rivals destroyed. Cinder... Quetzali? I mean, Quetzali is bonkers. So, do we just want that?
Be fierce.
Do we try and kill this? So that only gives a melee unit pummel, so I think we might actually just be pummeling this turn and trying to take out Maximus. Because Maximus can be really difficult, and we don't have much other option. So if we go here... Oh, that's even better. It just literally was a one-shot. And then this is a melee one, so we're actually going to push him... Just him, I think, further away.
That is wise.
And what's that? Was Golden
Not
Arc.
one for small talk.
These were Cinder and Quetzali. So I do want Quetzali. I think because we're trying to play safe over here, that is what we do. Pop him over here because, again, I want to be distance away from this. I'm going to try and run for the Quetzali with Exti-stential because Exti-stential is a bit low. We want to try and gain some health back. Okay, that's fine. We knew there was a very good chance of that happening. So, let's start with Cinder.
Defend yourself.
This is probably where we place Furia down somewhere, but
Actions cannot be undone.
Let's just take Quetzali first. Can we bring... Yes, we can bring Furia down in range of this.
We'll show those lazy bones.
Which is exactly what we want to do. Gaining a 6 Cinder. Which then means we can bring Jailbreak down. We don't want the Golden Arc right now. So we kind of just want this over here. And then... This was a mistake actually. These shouldn't be as near to each other. What do we got left? Sword of Justice, Shield of Hope. So I'm going to shield here, because it might have a lot of things coming to it. Oh, Quetzali activates immediately. So let's just hide over here. Okay. So, we've got a good amount of damage next turn. We're going to be losing... Oh, so it's not that long range. Plink is frustrating with this. So, he is coming towards us with a Disruptor Beam here. Without a doubt. There's almost no other way I'd want to do that. What have we got down here? Reduced assist cost by 1. Interesting. I can't remember if that's a permanent one. So Jailbreak actually just doesn't want to be here right now. But I think he doesn't have much choice.
Reach for the sun.
So let's start by moving Quetzali up here. Broken Vengeance is just going to move out of the way and come and get a shot. So that does use one of our movements up. Missed anyway. And then I believe we should be able to get... So, if we move Jailbreak over here, try and protect him this way. Get Exti-stential this way. And then... can get him in range. So I think we actually Shield of Hope ourselves first.
Use this wisely.
And is it... Did we get Talali down? Oh, Talali died. That was it. So who's left to attack?
Meditating is for tiny
We
pets.
have got Furia. We want to avoid the arc.
Let's get you loosey juicy.
Oh, we can't avoid the arc, so let's just go down here then. Let's get one last movement in.
Actions cannot be undone.
This should be okay, but let's just bring him closer just in case. So this does put us at risk, but I feel like we're in a good spot here, reasonably. So then Exti-stential can move over here. Give them less options, I think. Yeah, this makes it hard, so they can go for this, but... Oh no, we might actually just be dead. So let's just Sword of Justice this. I think we're dead. I think we've made a huge mistake here, and we've actually just lost this run. Oh dear. Let's hope the AI is not very good. It doesn't realise they can just do 5 damage to me. Yep, I should have... Yep, they've just killed me. No, they've run away. I mean, I was absolutely dead there. Oh, they've got Plink. Of course they do. Well, that was rapid. So this is exactly what I was kind of concerned about with Exti-stential on that side of things. It being melee, he took so much damage, we couldn't keep him alive. I think both of these other two are much easier, so we're going to have to do another Exti-stential cargo run at some point. But I think for the moment, we're going to look at making a list ready for our next video. So, rosters, new roster, and let's see what we want to play. So, Astra is the go-to. Zax Jakar I think is really fun with like sort of the movement shenanigans. We've tried a few different things with this. I'm not sure who I want to try. So, let's go with... and we've got the Astra skin, so let's just do Astra, even though she is very strong at the moment. I mean, lots of people have been saying so, but let's just have some fun and put in models that we like. So, some of our favourites. Snareling is first. I love Snareling, just the ability to immobilise offensive melee units, you know, when they're trying to get to you is fantastic, but also being able to immobilise their ranged units if they want to run away is also really good. So, things that help us sort of in the sort of long run here. Switchback hits like a truck. So in fact, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick some of the ones that keep us a little bit safer. So we didn't actually get Tona Mystic Manteo, so I'm going to unlock her now. Unowned units. There's a few things here actually that we would want. So I'm going to, not all of them, but I'm going to unlock a few of these. So unlock Tona. We're going to unlock Stitchy McPatchy. Go for the long game. We're going to unlock Amplifier Bytor, because we're going to want her at some point. And then also the Defense Dome. So, the Bulwark I'm not as bothered by. It's fine, but it's not something I'm too interested in. And Rickety Backfire has just made me sad on a consistent basis. So, let's go back to the roster. Start again. So, Astra. We go back to Snareling. We are going to try running both Stitchy McPatchy, wherever he's gone now, Stitchy McPatchy, and Tona Mystic Manteo. So this is like our sort of supporty side of things. We've got, if we go over here, we're definitely going to be putting in things like Switchback as a strong finisher. We want Broken Vengeance as our legendary, because I actually really like the model anyway. We're going to want, it's not Deadeye, is it, that gives, no, Deadeye is accuracy, Crosshair is crit. Aria is the rapid fire? No. Not Detonia, Tony, Maximus. Who was it that gives rapid fire? Aria, is it? Beatrice, Blind? Now this is forgotten. I've forgotten this completely. So Florian Lancer we love, Fury we love. I can't remember who it is that gives... Oh, Taria Arsenal, there we go. I should always remember the name Arsenal when I say with firepower, so I've not really looked at her model before, but that is gorgeous. I love like the idea of sort of like just an older woman coming in and just being like, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you all. So is that like a ribbon or is that also hair? I think maybe it's part of her helmet. I love that. She is absolutely in the list. So this is sort of our firepower side. This has reminded me I want to bring in Torian Guardian. So just for the giving things minus to hit. So this is all tanky, healing. You know, we've got a little bit of damage in here, but not much. And I think the last one on this side is going to be either Chuck and Co or Crankbait. I think the likely one is Chuck and Co because we want that little bit of extra damage, but also being able to push people away. And then on the damage side of things, so I really like Florio Lancer. I think it's very consistent. Hopefully we're going to have a lot of Cinder anyway. And then we've got a few options here. So we probably want it to be a ranged unit if we can. So we've got things like Furia, which is really good with our healers. Stack it up, keep it hidden, and eventually just go for one big attack, which I think could be really useful. Maximus is really nice for the early game, but I think we can actually just survive the early game based on using our healing later on. Bytor can be useful, but I'm going to put Furia in for now. So, immediately, I'm starting to change my mind first, because as much as I like Taria Arsenal giving things rapid fire, we haven't actually got that many range things with decent power. So we've got Broken Vengeance and Switchback, but Switchback gives himself rapid fire anyway. So, and Broken Vengeance has got another attack mechanic. One thing I would like to figure out actually is, does Broken Vengeance use rapid fire? And that's for the turn though. So let's go for something instead of that. So Taria Arsenal is good, but that's not what we're looking for here. Maximus is good for a little sort of pokey early thing, really consistent damage. It's Deadeye the accuracy one, isn't it? I think Deadeye could be one of the ones we want, but also not Peacemaker, Balam, Fate Twister, Tantan. Because this is a part of basically the combo with Furia. If we leave Furia at the back, keep healing her up with things like Stitchy McPatchy, and eventually she gets to so much damage that we can guarantee it hits and just one-shot something. So I'm going to try this out. I think it's interesting. It's more supporty than aggressive. So we've really only got 4 very aggressive units, but Torian Guardian can provide a little bit of that. Chuck and Co provide a little bit, and then Snareling is just sort of a little poke here and there. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swap. This is just for aesthetics, by the way, not anything properly. But Snareling is our MVP, and he was hidden behind Tona Mystic Manteo. So now we can see Snareling better. I think this is a fun list. So, like I said, good bits of firepower over here. This is support. We've got a couple of medium things here. I think this is quite difficult to deal with, in my opinion. So, let's have a look here. What have we got? So this is our... Yes, we've got each of the crests, but we've got our unlocked one here, which is definitely what we want to use. Different shapes, so... I prefer using the pattern first, and then choosing the shape after. I think... I kind of like the encircled. It's not ceremony. Orbits is quite nice. Let's look at orbits. I think... Some of these I just don't think actually suit what they are. So I think I either like that, or that. I think this looks a little bit more clean. So, what do we want for colours? Let's go for... Ooh, what was... Like a nice sort of... Ooh, a nice purpley sort of colour actually. It's quite... So if I make that a little bit redder... That's nice. So I'm playing... So in Warhammer 40k at the moment I'm playing two different armies, one of which is Necrons. And I think I really like the idea of sort of... They're doing purple, gold and white to be sort of like regal. So I could either do this like the goldy colour, or I can use this banner as the goldy colour and go white. But I think I like putting this sort of slightly gold, so... I'll tell you what, colour palettes, not my strong suit. Let's get a little bit further down here. I mean, it's more orange than gold, but that'll do. I like that. So this is our first list of the of the early access. So let's just go Astra defensive. So we haven't got like the... In fact, no. Let's go Astra Furia combo, because that's what this is. We're relying on the Furia combo. We're wanting Stitching McPatchy to heal her up, and eventually Fate Twister Tantan to go for that one big shot. So everything else is going to work towards that end, and so we'll play one quick game first, just to get in there as well, because the cargo run was a little bit shorter than we thought. In fact, let's do an AI one first, just to try it out and get the idea, get how it's running, because I want to save the first PvP game that we do for a separate video. So I'm going to go straight into just the AI first, get a feel of it, see if there's any immediate changes we want to make, and then we can look at it in a separate video fully. So we've got Astra, but we've got the robot, they've got the frog. I'm not convinced which one's better. Okay, so I wish we could still go back and see who we had in our opening hand, that sort of thing, like who the opponent was when we're choosing our assists. Because we can see Astra, but we can't see anything else. So, I like the Vortex Beam a lot. I love the movement-based ones, and Cinder Infusion sounds perfect for a late game sort of thing, so I'm just going to go with that. Opponent's turn first, so it's got Frog versus Robot. I mean, look at this. How beautiful is this model? And the same here as well. So we've got no one that can play on turn 1. I don't even know if we have a turn 1 model. No, we don't. So we are always going to be boosting morale turn 1. Which gives us nothing for turn 2, but we do get an early Fury on turn 3. So we can... What I think is the best thing to do is literally just go for a hard to hit long range shot. Oh, did that say 0? Oh, that said 0. Okay, that was a mistake. We should have just stayed out of distance. So what's their percentage here? 18%. So this should still miss. Okay, so we weren't punished for our mistake. We have got the Vortex, so this could be a turn we can play something if we boost our morale.
Seriously, join us.
And that brought down Broken Vengeance. Okay, so that's good for following turn. I think we're, again, just going to go for range attack here. Not going to hit anything.
Let me go next.
I don't think that they've got much chance of actually hitting us there, but I'm going to actually move them as far back as possible. In fact, let's go all the way back here. Because they haven't got anything in the battlefield, it recharges in 2 turns, and we can just keep on moving away. So this makes it nearly impossible for them to hit us. So next turn we have 4. So we can... I think it's probably going to be using... Ooh. So we can just avoid that. They've got Cinder Infusion, we've got Cinder Infusion. Did they just use that for nothing? They did. Oh, but they can hold it over. That's clever.
Not a waste. good ammo.
So we can actually play anything here. Because this gets us 2, we've got 4, so it takes us to 6. So I actually think the first thing we do is just boost morale. Which reduced Florio Lancer down. Which isn't quite what we hoped, so I think we're probably just playing Furia and Broken Vengeance here. If anything, I kind of want to move things up here so we're further away from this. So let's get minus a higher percentage, minus 21. That'll do. So Furia's coming down as far away and as safe as possible.
I ate
Cinder Infusion, bring down Broken Vengeance. Probably over here.
I excel at conflict
And then we might as well make our quarter chance ranged attack.
Let's let our hair down.
Over here.
How's your
So
depth
what's
perception?
amusing about this is there's literally 0 movement, so 0 damage on either side so far until this.
Feels illegal.
Okay, so they might be dealing. I'm really glad we spread out there.
Look alive, stay alive.
So, Savria's Safeguard, yep.
Wait till she
Ooh.
uses her teeth.
Crit, okay.
We need ya.
So, what's. Oh, they unstunned her as well. I mean, this does mean that she is probably taking a lot of damage here. Oh, she reduced it on herself, okay.
My dad would not approve.
So, I think I'm going for the range damage here. She can reduce that to 0. We could go for the Furia shot here and just take it out with 2 units. I think that might even be best to do, and then just play Florio Lancer back here.
Hey, look, don't touch.
So, what's our range is only 70 there, so if we come in closer, give it 89,
Not one
and then
for
give it
small
ranged
talk.
here.
Does this
Brilliant, and then we can also still just keep pushing them further and further away from us. So, we don't want to move their sentinel. So if we go like this, there we go. Right, so Fury obviously is taking the damage. We get to start building up again. Has anyone got?
Good.
We have got boost morale left, so we'll just do that. Move here, I think.
Fine.
With Broken Vengeance, and then we're good. So this is going fine. Again, if this was not AI, there's no way this would have been placed here. They've reinforced, so we're going to probably be reinforcing starting next turn as well,
Clear mind.
because we're going to be playing Switchback first. Again, taking damage here doesn't matter too much right now. So this is when we send Furio back to hide. So Furious 2 damage here doesn't matter. Antius Gauntlet is not currently a threat.
Real
Our
fur
bombard
colors.
range does almost reach there, but we can also move. He's not immobile. He's just slow. So I think we boost
Don't
morale.
worry, the tree gave us these.
Play Switchback for 1. My Switchback can probably go... Where's safest? Probably like here. Bombard is 4, isn't it? Yeah, Bombard's 4. So I think without anything we... Okay, we could into the breach here and just get 3 damage down this way. I actually think that's worth it. So get into the breach
Were
here
you hypnotized?
and just try and pick up 3 damage there. It's a decent chance. Excellent. So that means Broken Vengeance can actually come in and try and do the same. 69% has to hit.
Dad taught
And
me to
then-
share.
I think now we can start looking at just getting some poking on this. Nothing else left to do. Fury is going to start pumping up.
It's almost
And then next turn we've got double activation. So we can add crew to the bridge, which we probably will. They've got all the mana they could possibly
You got a
need.
schoolyard crush.
Cinder rather. So they're probably playing at least 1 model here. Okay, the Neck Divine, that's fine. We're not as worried about that. So,
I hate this moon.
we have got a range shot here.
Oh, we're
We can get a lot of range damage off of this.
It's
Fury is
fine.
still
I'm fine.
pumping up.
leather platform.
So yeah, I actually think this is the probably the play here, is just to bring Switchback here, switch it up, get our range damage in here, bring Broken Vengeance, maybe. Let's go Broken Vengeance here. I have got reasons for this if you're wondering still.
Let's let our
Get
hair
this range attack over there. And then what we'll do is if we can... Oh, it doesn't quite work. I was hoping to vortex everything back a little further. So what I might do in that case is actually... I could vortex towards us. I could also just bombard.
Overcompensating?
I think that's what I'm going to do.
How
Move up slightly.
does it?
Anger is petty.
How's Furia looking? She's on 5. So we're going to move her over here with the intention that next turn, if we need to, we can actually one-shot someone. We will just Cinder Infusion,
Smart.
and we use that to reinforce. We've got Snarling, nice. We don't have any left, nothing else to use here. Again, we can draw Astra closer. In fact, let's just do that.
How about
Get the charge coming back up, keeps her further away from the healing, and makes it even harder for her to
not a
get out of
waste?
here.
Good ammo.
I'm going to move into range here to just make it,
Watch how to use
again, a
this.
little bit more awkward. A crit on that could do it, but
You have yet to see
this I think is
power.
fine.
The power.
Ooh, corrosive particles. I mean, there is a very real possibility they just kill Furia here.
She likes you.
Ooh, the crit as well, so they can bring
You're
someone
dead.
down, give it haste, attack, but then we just kill this immediately. Is that jailbreak? Yeah, jailbreak. Yeah, so we've won here. Let's just reinforce, see if we get Fate Twister Tantan. We do. Oh no, but his ability still costs Cinder, doesn't it? Yeah, we're missing 1 Cinder for what we'd like to do, because we could play him. In fact, if we get the right
Don't
boost
worry,
morale on
the tree
Tantan, we
gave
do.
us these.
So Fate Twister Tantan, play him down. Oh, we're not in range of... Oh no, what's the range on Into the Breach? Oh, it's very close, we messed that up royally. But I guess we just go for this then. 90% chance of killing it. Perfect. There we go, so that's our little bonus AI game, just to test out the list. I'm happy with how it worked. We could have done with a little bit more of a challenging opponent, but that's the AI for you. And then hopefully a little bit more progress will make it up here. So we can see here the ones we're using the most often: Snarling, Furia, Florio Lancer. I'm probably putting them in almost every list. I love Snarling, I love Furia, and Florio Lancer just seems like a really consistent endgame AoE source. Maybe in a video or two we can get up to the Exti-stential Awakening and get that booster pack. Well, thank you very much for watching. It's our first unsuccessful cargo run, so if anyone's a big fan of Exti-stential, that might be why we're struggling there. So we only gained 25 credits, well, blanks back from that. So it would have cost us 80, we've got 25 back. We're still essentially, let's see, we just made a loss over the last 3 put together, but that's absolutely fine. I think that's a pretty good record, especially given that we get a ticket a day. Speaking of which, we need to claim our contract available for today. So that's one thing I do think it would be good if there was a more obvious reminder of that, but no problem here whatsoever. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Next video, we're going to be picking up this list and having some fun in PvP, getting a few games done, and seeing if we can make that progress on the season track. So thank you very much for watching. Hit the like and subscribe buttons, and most of all, have a good day.